Welcome to another tutorial brought to you by the Marine Life of the North Atlantic team. In this episode, we will explore Dive Records section of the app. This unique feature is a carefully designed fusion between the Marine Life book and Dive Log, where you easily can record, keep, and share your marine observations. In this video, you will learn to record your dive, how to make new record, search, identify and log your observations. We'll also show you how to share your findings with others, or, if you wish, how to keep it private. So, let's dive in. You can find a direct access to Dive Records on a splash screen, or via menu button on the upper left corner of the screen. To record new dive, on the bottom right corner tap a large plus sign, and a window with a new dive record will be generated. At first, tap Date field. Here is a little tip. If you wish to record your previous dives, those that you've made a few months or a few years ago, you can keep scrolling calendar up or down until the right day is found. Otherwise, the calendar should open, showing you the current year and month with highlighted day. Select the day, and when you are done, tap OK. Now tap the time field. The time dial, with current hour, should be displayed. You can tap and hold the hour hand, rotating it to the correct number. As soon as you release the hour hand, you'll be presented with the minute hand. Repeat the same process to set minutes. Choose AM or PM, and then tap OK to close time interface. If you dove in US, tap State, and choose one of the 7 states covered by the application. Or, if you dove in Canada, you can pick one of the 5 Canadian provinces. Next, tap Field, City, and use keyboard to enter the name of the city you dove. Repeat the same steps for location. You can add more information by typing Note. Tap anywhere on the empty field of the notepad and type. Here, I'd like to point on a useful option of your mobile device. If your keyboard is displaying a microphone, then, instead of typing, you can dictate, using speech-to-text function. Speak slow and clearly, keeping in mind, this technology is at its early stage, so you should always check if generated text corresponds to what you have said. When you have finished, tap Save button, or tap an arrow on the top left corner of the screen. The warning window will ask you to save your note, or to exit without saving. Make your choice, and application will return to your current dive record. Now, let's add observed animals to our dive record. Tap the plus sign, and you will be taken to the book section of the app. There are a few methods of finding and adding observed animals to your dive record. If you know the name of the animal, you can use the search function of the app. Tap the magnifying glass in the upper right. If you search from the table of contents, your results will be generated from the entire book. But to narrow, and to make your search more efficient, try to search within the chapter. Then, if you are searching for a shrimp, you see only shrimp, not animals that eat shrimp. Another method is by sifting through chapters. It may seem slower, but by going through each chapter, you will see other animals that you forgot that you had seen on the dive. Let's assume that during your dive, you've observed a hairy and long-wrist hermit crab, and you want to record it. From the dive record, tap plus sign, and when application switches to the table of contents, scroll down and tap Arthropoda. You will find crab-like icons in the crustacean subchapter. Tap to expand crustaceans, and scroll down to hairy hermit crab. Tap it. You will see the hairy hermit crab page description. Often you will find other photos to help identify the animal. To reassure yourself, you can use your finger to swipe through the pictures, checking the different characteristics of the animal, such as variations of colors and shapes. If you are certain, tap the plus sign on the lower right corner of the picture. The plus will turn into a check mark. Now, this animal is added to your list of observed animals. To add another crustacean, simply use left or right arrows below the picture. To advance, tap the right arrow, or tap the left one to see the previous animal. Now we see long-wrist hermit crab, that we also want to add to our dive. Turn plus sign into a check mark by tapping it. This creature is also added to your dive observations. If those two crabs are the only arthropods that you have observed during this dive, you are finished with this phylum, and you can move to another chapter of the book. Tap the arrow in the upper left corner of the screen to go to other chapters. Or, if you are done adding animals to this dive, tap the same arrow again, and return to the current dive record. All the animals that you've checked in the book section of the app should be displayed in your current dive record. On the right side of each animal added to your list, you can see to share and log icons. By default, to share icons are in green state, which means that you are sharing with the rest of the Marine Life North Atlantic community the information about your dive, such as your username, date, time, and location where the animal was observed. If you wish to keep an observation of specific animal private, tap log icon. It will turn red, which means that all information about this creature remain only in your record. Alternatively, you can scroll all the way to the top and tap button private on the top right corner to keep the whole record private. You are almost done. All what is left to do is to check if you did not forget to add some animals. If you are satisfied, click Save button on the top left upper corner of the screen. The app should switch to the list of all of your dive records, and newly posted dive will be on the top of this list. A few useful tips concerning dive records. In the settings, accessible via menu, if you wish, you can switch off Show My Name, in which case, your name will be displayed as anonymous. Also, you can turn off Share Dives, that will prevent your dive observations from being shared with others. That's all. We sincerely hope that this tutorial will be helpful and it clarifies all questions regarding dive record feature of the application. Thank you for your time and for using Marine Life North Atlantic app.